This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
What's up, bitches? Welcome to the Fishing Trip Files, a Gavin and Stacey podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This is a podcast where every other week we like to take a look back at the wonderful, hilarious, and silly little British sitcom that is Gavin and Stacey. My name is Pierce, and I've been a lifelong fan of the show. But for my co-hosts, it's their very first time watching. I don't know whether you guys knew that. But speaking of co-hosts, hailing all the way from the USA, I'm joined by the one-of-a-kind Ari. How you doing, Ari?
I'm all right. How are you, Pierce?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, thanks.
Why are you laughing?
Very mature. Because I called our audience bitches and you just didn't respond at all. And of course, dialing in from the exotic land of Canada, we are joined by the brilliant Maylina. How are you doing, Maylina?
You called our audience bitches, you piece of shit?
Thank you. There we go.
Is that what you wanted?
That's much better. Thank you.
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. What are we here to talk about today?
Gavin and Stacey.
That's correct. Bang on the money. We're here to talk about season 2, episode 4 of Gavin and Stacey. Do we know the title?
For some reason, I wrote down my guess. I wrote down A Quiet Night In.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. That works pretty well. I feel like that would have been a good title for this episode. May, what did you reckon?
Bowling, I think, probably.
Also not bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to call this one, so you each get half a point.
Okay, great.
The episode title is House Hunting.
Cute.
Oh, I almost said, apartment visit or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In an alternate universe, I'm cheering right now.
House Hunting was aired on the 30th of March 2008. Anything special happen on that date in your lives?
It was, let's see, a month and 18 days after my brother was born.
A classic anniversary, a month and 18 days. I know, we all celebrate our month and 18-day birthday.
It also wasn't, now that I think about it. He was born in 2005.
Oh, okay, so 3 years, a month and 18 days. Classic. That's even more classic, arguably. Do we have any overall thoughts on the episode?
Wait, okay, was there anything special that happened in your life on that day?
No.
Okay, great.
Do we have any overall thoughts on the episode?
This is my least favorite one. I don't give a fuck about it. It's not a bad episode, I just don't care about it.
That's valid.
Which is crazy considering somebody finds a dead body and then two other characters do a sex scene with some KFC. That's fucking crazy. But I don't care about it.
It's a very eventful episode. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, this one's very up and down as well. I didn't write any overall thoughts, so I'm just doing this off the dome. But
I didn't either, but just because I didn't care to.
Yeah, but you've been saying your overall thoughts without having anything written down for the last 2 months. You're good at this. This is the first time I've ever done this. I'm scared.
my overall thoughts are always just, it was fine. Can we move on?
We'll get into this a bit later, but there's a lot of arguments between Gavin and Stacey in this, which I don't like.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's a decent enough episode. But yeah, it's not one of my favourites, but at the same time, there are some amazing moments in it, which we'll get into.
You did really good. That was some good improv, Pierce.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, how do we open up, though? What's the first scene?
Not a phone call, if you can... Well, because usually, you start the episode and we're already having said phone call. But this time, I was shocked because at first, I was like, no phone call. And then the phone rang and I was like, oh, they baited me.
Yeah. Stacey's doing a boxercise. Have we ever done a boxercise? Any workout videos, workout DVDs?
I did karate class as a kid. Let me know if that counts.
I feel like that counts. What belt did you get to in karate?
Oh, I gave up after a month, so white belt.
I also did karate when I was a kid, and I gave up after one lesson because I didn't like it when the instructor would shout the name of the move that he wanted you to do, and I was like, I don't like it when he shouts. This is scary. He's a scary man, and I don't want to be here. So I did it for one lesson, and I never went back.
I was more of a gymnastics kid, but I didn't do that for I didn't do that for very long either. I wasn't very good at it.
What was your gymnastic of choice? Trampoline?
I mean, it was kiddie gymnastics, so you just did a little bit of everything. I remember enjoying the trampoline. Yeah, that was fun.
I used to fucking love being on a trampoline, right? And then I hadn't been on one in 7 or 8 years, and I went on one a few years ago, and my back fucking hurt after that, and I learned that I am now too old for trampolines, which is a heartbreaking revelation.
Oh man,
May, you like a trampoline park, don't you?
Yes, and I because I went in a trampoline park for the first time. I was maybe 14 for like a friend's birthday party, and
nice.
I had a great time. I had an amazing time. And like recently, me and my boyfriend were talking, and I was like, yeah, no, it's a fun trampoline park, and he was like, I've never gone to a trampoline park. I've always wanted to go. And so we were like, let's go right now. It's date night. Let's fucking go. We went. We were the oldest people there, other than like the parents. I rapidly realized like maybe I'm no longer in the target age group for these places. And so we still jumped around a little bit. We still had a good time because it's about the people you're with, not necessarily the thing that you're doing. But like we were like, we're never coming back here. We'd get up to like a thing that looks cool, and then we'd look and there's a sign that says like, don't try this out if you're above 8 years old. And so we had to like stick to like the basic trampolines. And then every now and again, like a kid would come up behind us wanting to use the trampoline that we were using, and we'd be like, well, we can't be like, no, first come, first serve, go fuck yourself. So we'd just be on trampolines for a little bit until a kid saw like big kids doing it, and we're like, okay, I want to do it, so we'd have to like move to a different thing.
There must be like fucking adults nights at those things. Like you know how sometimes they have like
adults will do like I don't know about adults, but like I remember going to a few of those and like later in high school we would like people would do that. I don't know. May, but I knew you went to the trampoline park with your boyfriend, but like you just texted you were going, and I just assumed that was something you did regularly. you were like date night at the trampoline park, and I was just like, oh, that sounds fun. I wish I did stuff like that. I just assumed it was something you did regularly.
No, I mean we do when we have date night, we try to do something fun, but like trampoline park, it was purely just because he mentioned that he had never gone and that it looked fun.
That's cute. Speaking of cute, it's cute that Gavin calls Stacey while he's at work. She's still looking for a job.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't really seem to find any of this very cute. He seems pretty annoyed about the whole video situation.
Yeah, there's a moment in this episode where Gavin goes from being reasonable to being a dick.
Yeah,
and we'll get to that later. But so far, I think he's all right. Like. He's just asking, hey, how's the job hunt going?
No, I don't think he's like being a dick here, but he is like visibly a little bit annoyed. I think that like
I didn't spot that, but okay.
He's not like, hey, how's the exercise video going, babe? He's like, you still watching the video? Yeah,
okay. Fair enough. And she's asking what we're gonna do tonight, and he says, "Nah, Dad's doing his lamb. We'll just have a quiet night in." Love that. Love a quiet night in.
Yeah.
The title of the episode, according to. Hey, Ari? Who said that? Are you the same person?
It's fucking crazy. I can tell the difference between you and Ari all the time.
I can tell the difference between you two. I just have a shit memory, that's all.
Ari, can you tell the difference between me and Pierce?
I can, actually. It's pretty easy, I would say.
Okay, well, there we go. Okay.
It's because of the accent.
I can also tell the difference between Ari and Pierce. Pierce, can you tell the difference between me and Ari?
Yes. I love a quiet night in. Do you guys like a quiet night in?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Shit's fucking crazy.
I love a quiet night. It's my favourite type of night in is a quiet night in. I hate a loud night in.
I feel like, like a big night out can be fun, and like a quiet night in can be fun. I don't think you want like a hectic night in. I feel like that's the worst kind of night.
Yeah, that's a bad. And you don't want a quiet night out.
Yeah.
Like a quiet night out is going to be really boring, and a hectic night in is just going to be way too much.
Well, a nice little picnic. That's a quiet night.
You having a picnic at night?
I like going outside. I just like taking walks. That's kind of a quiet night out. I take walks at like 2-3 a.m. sometimes. It's quiet. It's night. It's out.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So there you go.
That's true.
Checkmate, liberal.
But after they mention that Dad's going to be doing his lamb, we cut to titles, and then what happens directly after the titles?
Mick's going to be on TV.
Mick's going to be on the telly!
And everybody's telling everybody.
Yeah, Pam and Stacey are so hyped.
Yeah, it's like everybody's like, it's like a montage of like various people telling various people. And I'm just confused because I don't know how, what are their fucking names? The interchangeable friends.
Gary and Simon, yeah.
Gary and because I wrote GNS, but that's also my code for Gavin and Stacey. Okay, How did Gary and Simon find out, and how did Bryn find out without like any people in the main family telling them?
I think it was on the radio, right?
So we can get. Yeah, I think it was on the radio, but I think that's later in the day or something. I don't know. But fucking, I love the fact that Smithy says Gary and Simon just text me, implying that they have one phone between them. So good.
I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever been on TV?
I've been on, kind of. I was on MTV once, technically. I was in the audience of a show that was broadcast on MTV.
Okay. Yeah.
What was the show?
The Front Bottoms.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
I thought a show like a game show. I didn't think like a
like a music gig. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have said that.
Yeah, you've told me this.
I was on TV in a similar capacity for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Oh, shit.
I visited New York when I was 18.
And you went to see the filming of The Late Show?
Yeah, I went through a phase in high school. Very normal phase for a high schooler where I was really into late night television. And so
you've mentioned this on the pod before.
Yeah. Super normal. So like my parents were like, "Oh, we're planning this trip to New York. Is there anything particular you want to do?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go apply for tickets to a bunch of late night shows." And so we did. That's
really fucking cool.
We got the Stephen Colbert tickets, and so we went to a taping. It was really fun. And then you could see like me like in the very corner of one of the shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
May, have you ever been on TV?
I've been a star of the silver screen for decades.
Oh, tell me more.
Oh.
Do go on.
So, okay, so there's two different circumstances where I've been on TV, but I've been on TV multiple times. So as a kid, my mom wanted us to try like multiple different hobbies.
I've inadvertently put 20p in May.
Hey, 20s Canadian cents, I'll have you know. Anyways, so one of the hobbies she wanted us to try was acting. So I've done like a bit of acting work, mostly background stuff because I was kind of like difficult. I didn't like acting.
Difficult? How many times have I told you that you two are difficult people, and you've just admitted it?
No, as a kid, I'm fine now. I'm agreeable now. But like, for example, right? I was in, and I think I've told you guys this, but this is for the audience. I was in a like a disaster movie. And the whole point was that like, the town is like leveled by like a giant killer wave. I think the movie was called Killer Wave as well.
Oh, fucking hell.
And they separated me from my parents because they wanted me to do a background thing about like a kid who like maybe lost their parents or something like that. Yeah. And they were trying to get me in character. And they said, "Your parents are dead." And I was like, I didn't know what the fuck acting was. I started crying. I was 5 years old. I started crying and they had to like separate me from the rest of they had to be like, okay, we can't have her on camera anymore because it's like distracting. So they had to like put me like somewhere where they no longer needed to film there. And I just dicked around with like garbage and shit and like rubble and all that stuff for like the rest of the shoot. And then like later on my parents came in and they were like, my grandma was also in the movie and she for the movie was in a wheelchair, but like in real life wasn't in a wheelchair. They were like wheeling her in because my grandma loved being wheeled in her little wheelchair. And I started fucking bawling again because I was like, why is my grandma in a wheelchair? Anyways, and then in this other one, they told me they were just like I was also doing background work, and they were like, you just have to stand there and look sad. And I was looking at kids who had like way more fun jobs, and I was like really jealous. So I was like pissed about that as well. So that's the first instance that I was on TV. Was just my acting.
Okay.
And then in the other instance, my dad was on a game show, and at the end of it was a Family Feud, but for Quebec.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, he lost, by the way. At the end of the and then at the end of the show, they like bring people's families on to be like, here's the rest of the family, whatever. And I was there. So there we go.
Sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everyone's finding out that Mick's on the telly. Everyone like basically already knows, and they're in the Barry lot are finding out Gwen's on the phone, and Bryn runs in, and he's like, "You'll never guess what the fuck I just found out," and you know.
Yeah.
I just wrote down, this is kind of random, but I thought Gwen's telephone acting was really good.
Yeah, man.
She just really looked like she was on the phone with someone. I don't know.
Yeah. The telephone acting in this show is really good.
It's gotta be, right? If every episode starts with that?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then we cut to later in the evening, and Dawn comes over with some bubbly, and it's all over the radio. Note that we still don't know why Mick is going to be on the telly at this point.
I had something. I wrote down a prediction I had at this point. I thought. I wrote down, is this going to be a Mike Wazowski bit? Because
you called it. You basically called it.
Yeah.
I love that gag, man. There's so many of them. Like in fucking on Disney Plus. When you finish watching a movie, it it moves the movie into the bottom corner and like shows you information and like a splash screen, like an image from the movie.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus, the image after you finish watching Monsters Inc. in the background is a picture of Mike and Sully, and the little corner image where the movie still plays is directly over Mike's face. It's really good. Good shit, man.
My note for this is that this is a very fast-paced episode. Like at this point, I was just like, because I was like struggling to keep up in my notes just because of like the amount of shit that happened just in the first.
It's very
few scenes.
Very jumpy, but I mean, at the same time, like I think that's a good thing. Like they could have drawn this.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like as someone who was writing notes, I was kind of pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, slow down.
And then we get the first instance of the Mick lying about his age gag. Dawn claims, she's like, oh, well, he said he was 53 and that's not his age. Ha ha ha, I said that to Pete. And then Pam's like, oh, where is Pete? And she goes, don't talk to me about that dwarf.
Throughout this episode, they make fun of his height a few times. So I have to assume the most recent fight was about that. Because like it's not like in every episode they're talking about his height. Like they do like mention, but like in this episode it's like a few. I didn't count, but like a few times they. So to me it's giving like right before this there was a fight about Pete's height.
Do we know what the fight was about?
No, we don't. I'm making an educated guess.
I don't think we do.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think we do.
He's going to his mind palace again.
All right, whatever. What happens next? We go back in Barry, and Bryn literally says that it's the best day of his life. He's the happiest man in the world.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the best day of my life. Mick's gonna be on the telly. What could be better than this?
He's having a great time. Is this the scene where they talk about the fact that no, this is later on. I was thinking about the fact that Bryn mentions like really liking the movie with the cowboys there.
Oh yeah, that's way later. Yeah.
Okay, well there, because that was iconic.
I've got some notes on that as well, but we'll get there.
Nessa is given something by Gwen for the first time in over a season.
An omelette.
An omelette.
I would have thought we would have been like in the thousands by now, by season 2.
So did I, to be honest. But Nessa gets a just cheese omelette. That's one more on the omelette counter.
Are we up to 7?
6, as far as I can remember.
I don't know. It's been so long.
I'm pretty sure it was 5.
We're all out of practice.
We had 2 in episode 1, 3 in episode 2, and none since then.
Write in if you're a big fan of this podcast and we're counting along with us. Let us know.
It brings us up to a mind-boggling 6, and then we get a Nessa law drop about when she was on TV.
When was she on TV? I completely forgot about this.
Oh, when she was was this when she was the anchor for the BBC or something?
No, she was like effectively on the Welsh equivalent of the FBI's most wanted list. Like she had a photo fit shown on TV and she had to shave her head because the photo fit was so good.
Amazing.
That's funny.
And Bryn is like, yeah, that was crazy. Like they nailed you, man.
At this point, I have a note where Mick comes home and like again, like you said, we don't know at this point why he's on TV. So my note just says, "What the fuck is he gonna be doing at 6?" Because I didn't think it was maybe like a pre-recorded thing. I was like, maybe like he's on a game show. Maybe the news is gonna come over.
Yeah. Pete also arrives with Mick, and Pete and Pam are acting like there's paparazzi everywhere, which I think is really cute.
Yeah.
Dawn is not amused though.
Yeah.
I'm no longer on board with this couple, by the way. If we're keeping track.
Oh, we're back off it. Okay.
I have more of an on and off relationship with this couple than the actual couple has with each
other. And Pete, we get the second mention of the mixed age thing. Like, it's like, oh, they said you were 53, and I was like, well, that's a fucking lie. So Dawn and Pete still both taking credit for the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And then we meet neighbour Betty, and she won't stop yapping about her TV setup or whatever, and it's not really relevant. May, thoughts?
I fucking you said, you said I don't know if you saw my face, but you said she's yapping about it, and I was like, oh my fucking god. Whenever there's a character who yaps, I have to give my fucking opinion on him.
Yeah, I want to know.
I think it's fine. I think it's sweet that she cares about Mick being on TV, and I think Pam's a bitch for shutting her out like that. I think it's cool that her little recording device can pause. All right,
you could pause it, and go and make a cup of tea.
That's fair. That's fucking sick. What are you talking about? That's sick as hell.
Is this couple on Doctor Who?
All right. Fucking, you know me too well. Betty is played by Hazel Douglas. No Doctor Who roles. She did play someone in that Wizard franchise movies.
The Untitled one.
The Untitled one, yeah. And her husband, who had no lines, is not credited. So, no idea, but doubt it. Everyone's in the living room, just chatting, talking about houses. Pete starts reminiscing. There's a moment here where Pete is like reminiscing about his own first house, and he's like, "Oh, it was great, man. There wasn't anyone like telling me what I couldn't do. Nobody making me feel like shit." And we think like at the moment he's talking about his like parents. Like he's like, "Oh, I was finally free." But then he just goes, "Happy days," and gives Dawn a look. So we know that he's reminiscing about the good old days. And
Jesus Christ, man,
it's so good.
And I think Dawn makes a face as well. She makes like this like absolutely fucking furious ass face.
Yeah.
And Pierce, you're gonna love this. My next note is for when Bryn brings up David Bowie. So there we go.
Okay, so we got a while until May. We'll continue speaking. Pam is keeping up the vegetarian bit.
Yes.
She's having a lentil bake. Ari, you a fan of a lentil bake?
It sounds good. I don't know what exactly her lentil bake entails. I think that sounds like that's just a baked dish that involves lentils. But I like lentils.
Oh, you like lentils? I've never had a lentil in my life.
Yeah, I like lentils. I like a lentil soup.
You had a lentil, May?
No. That sounds like something I wouldn't like, just by looking at it. Something I'd never try.
Yeah.
It's just like a pea.
It's like, it looks kind of like a cross between rice and peas, right?
Yeah. I feel like if you like both rice and peas, you probably...
I don't like peas.
Okay, then you might not like them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can pretend I do. Use this if you want. I've had lentils a bunch of times. It's fucking delicious. I love it.
Sick.
May and I have been doing a bit where we were just agreeing with each other on everything, and like when one of us disagrees, we have to take turns. Take turns like pretending that we agree with the other person.
Conceding the argument.
I don't know whose turn it is right now. It might be Paige.
Well, I think it was my turn, so that's why I'll be like, lentils look really good. So next time it'll be your turn.
Yeah.
You ready for that? There was a point where like what was it that like it was my turn and you were like had it? Yeah, I was watching Star Trek and she was like, "What are your thoughts on Spock?" And I was like, "I think he's fine. I don't really care." And then she was like, "Oh, I love Spock." And I was like, "All right, well, it's my turn to change my mind. So I guess I love Spock too." And Ari said, "Good, because if it had been my turn, I would have stopped the bit right there."
That's based. Stick to your convictions. So we find out it's a news program that Mick is on. We find out it's the news. The news starts, everyone's like, it's on! The news presenter is George Alagaya, a real news presenter. I did check whether he was ever in Doctor Who. He was not.
Damn.
As far as I could see. And back in Barry, Bryn also has an omelette, and so does Gwen, which sends us up to the dizzying heights of 8 on the omelette counter.
We're making up for lost time.
Do we see those omelets on screen?
We do.
Okay.
We see 3 omelettes on screen.
Okay, amazing.
There's one more later in the show, which is borderline, which we'll get to.
Okay.
So we finally find out what the situation is. Mick found a dead body on his way to work. And what thoughts on this bit?
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I love this bit, man.
So the news presenter is talking about how the body is all like charred and whatnot, and like
sure.
And Pam is so excited she grabs Nick's tit.
Yeah, she gives him a little like proud rub on the chest. She's like, "Oh, well done."
I like when they like announce it for the first time and everybody's like, "Yeah!"
Yeah.
About the dismembered body.
I love this bit so much, right? Because I feel like you can imagine where the idea spawned as it was being written, you know? Like you can totally imagine like Ruth Jones or James Corden watching the news and seeing a story like this, like where a body has been found or something, where they interview a member of the public. And then you go on to imagine like the family of the person who was interviewed would probably just be excited to see their dad or whatever on telly. And this is just like that taken to the extreme. It's so fucking good.
Stacey, I do think like there's two characters that I'm like, I think their reaction is very funny because Mick's very chill about the fact that he saw a dismembered body. He's very blasé about it. He's not like, man, life is fleeting. He's just like, hey, I'm on the fucking TV. I'm lying about being 53, bitch. And I think it's also funny. And this is later on, so whatever. But like, Stacey's very bored about it. She leaves and she's like,
yeah. We'll talk a little bit about Stacey. Stacey having a little bit of a down mood in a bit.
Yeah.
But before that, May, Bryn brings up Stars in Their Eyes.
Yes. And I think him with David Bowie would be the most insane fucking thing in the world.
Do you guys know what Stars in Their Eyes is?
Is this Dancing with the Stars?
I don't think so. It's like all right, so it was a game show where basically people pretended to be a singer and like they dress up as them and it was almost like a tribute act thing. It was a big deal in the early 90s, it was a big deal in the 90s and like early 2000s-ish. Who would you guys go as if you had to go on Stars in Their Eyes?
I haven't had time to think about this, but Elton John.
Oh, okay, I like that. You got the glasses for it.
Yeah.
Any one of the artists that are like big and flamboyant, like Elton John is one. Maybe Chappell Roan.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Chappell Roan would be good.
David Bowie, Freddie Mercury. I like the big flourishy ones. You know what I mean? But I will say I know Stars in Their Eyes because of Doctor Who. I don't know. I didn't know what they did on that show, but I knew of it.
They say it in the game show episode. Stars in Their Eyes, and if you don't sing, you get blinded. Yeah, I remember that.
So that's why I was like, so my guess based only on that line was it's like Dancing with the Stars except with singing.
I don't actually know what Dancing with the Stars is.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's like a professional dancer will dance with a celebrity, and then it's like based off of their performance.
I think that's what Strictly Come Dancing is over here.
I thought you guys had a version of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Strictly is just regular. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
You guys going to ask me who I would go as? Or
Pierce. Who you on Stars in Their Eyes.
Oh, funny you should ask. Wild. I didn't actually think about this in advance, so
okay, great.
Okay.
Right, if I was gonna go, if I had to make a decision right now, probably Noel Gallagher, just because I'm on a massive Oasis kick right now because they just started their reunion tour a couple of days ago. I do like how when Bryn mentions that he would go as David Bowie, he goes, it changes on a daily basis. He thinks about this every day. And then we cut back to Essex and Pam's on the phone it's the dismembered body. Yeah. She's so excited about it.
This is when she grabs his tit, I think.
Yeah. This is the one. Yeah. That's exactly when it is.
Yeah.
But just after that, Stacey goes into the kitchen to get a little treat.
I had a note about this. I had a note about this Stacey scene right away that I no longer stand by. But I wrote Stacey is pregnant as fuck.
Oh, okay. Why do you no longer stand by that?
Okay, yeah, so I'll talk, let me just talk through this. Okay, so she leaves the room, she's like, I'm gonna go get a snack or something. I'm not into this. So she goes and she's in the kitchen, Gavin comes in, he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm just getting some chocolate. I just feel, so at first I was like, I feel like whenever a young woman character is randomly craving sweets, it turns out they're pregnant. I just feel like, they're threading it in. Then I was thinking though, they never really come back to it. She's not they don't do anything else. She's not feeling nauseous or she's not declining alcohol or anything.
Okay, yeah.
And then also I feel like it'd be weird to have both just from a writing the show perspective to have both Stacey and Nessa pregnant at the same time. They could do. I don't know.
That's
it
true.
would just be a choice.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you don't think Stacey's pregnant?
I no longer think that Stacey is pregnant. I still have my eye out for more signs, but I don't really think she's pregnant anymore.
Yeah, I think Stacey's pregnant now just because of how Pierce reacted. Just
I
the
know
fact
he
that
did. He did act a little sus when I first said that.
Yeah, he's acting in a very Pierce is checking in to make sure if we guessed it vibe.
Look at his face. Look at his face right now.
Yeah, look at that. Look at his little smile.
I am checking in. I'm just checking in, man. Like that's it.
Pierce, what's your favorite part about Stacey being pregnant right now?
So I mean, I know you said the chocolate thing, like it never comes back, that she doesn't feel nauseous later in the episode or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't think Gavin and Stacey would be capable, like as a show, would be capable of peppering in references early on and then coming back to them later? Because I feel like that's what, like, you know, that's what the show is known for.
Maybe I came in too hard on that. I've not ruled out the possibility she's pregnant, but I'm not
okay.
I don't have that conviction anymore.
Yeah, okay. Your initial note was very convicted, yeah.
I did
You're
write
like,
Stacey is pregnant as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to walk that back a little bit. Okay. And then so my next note, just moving into the scene a little bit, is Gavin is employing some toxic positivity here.
Right, okay. So I want to talk about this because, like, this is Stacey says that she's feeling down, and as soon as she says that, I feel like Gavin starts off the comforting very well. He's like, "Oh, why are you feeling down? Come here, let me give you a hug." Like, that's really good. Okay, I feel like that's fine. Everyone agrees with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then she mentions being homesick, and Gavin gets a bit uppity about it.
Yeah.
And like at the same time, I don't think Gavin was majorly dickish in this particular encounter.
Yeah.
I personally disagree, but I have it's because I have my own, like, I've been through something similar, not with an unsupportive boyfriend, but I've had like that whole transition happen to me, and but keep going. But I'm just letting you know that I disagree with you and you're wrong.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And you're incorrect.
I feel like I feel like he is trying to be supportive. Like when he says, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you're homesick," he says words to those effect. I don't like that. But then after that, he's like, "Well, come on, Ness is coming down tomorrow. We're looking at houses. Oh, you got to try and be more positive." I feel like that's good. No.
Okay.
No.
So this is what I was talking about.
Sure.
So I feel like this is a little, like, to me, it's like, I just feel like, come on, like, just be happy. Like,
okay, yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
That's like great to say, but like, if you're feeling sad, you're feeling sad. Like, especially like she's feeling sad about being away from home. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's saying things that are like very easy for him to say. Like, not in her situation.
You know what? Even just with that, you've just fully like convinced me. Like, I totally agree with you now. Like, I disagree. Yeah, it wasn't good.
I will say he does get worse from here.
So
this isn't, this is like a minor crime, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't have my knives out quite yet.
I've brought up this point before, but like, the whole thing to me felt very like, not I'm trying to make you feel better. It felt like your sadness is an inconvenience to me, and it's pissing me off. That's how I've read that whole situation. Because back when he didn't know that it was her being homesick, he was very, like you said, he was like sort of trying to comfort her. As soon as it's like, oh, it's inconvenient to me because I like living with my parents and you don't. Yeah. That's when he got like, he wasn't trying to comfort her anymore. He was trying to get her to shut up and put on a smile.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, be positive. He wasn't like, let's do these things to make you actually happy. It was like, I hate how much bitching you're doing about like wanting to live in Barrie, and like it's upsetting me. And like I said, like so me and my boyfriend, I think I've mentioned this on the pod before. We were very long distance for a little while. We were about, which is like obviously like a much smaller distance than Gavin and Stacey, but still, like, I think it kind of proves my point. We were like an hour away from each other. And we did a lot of back and forth. And before COVID, it was just like we'd spend 1 week at his house and 1 week at my house. And when COVID hit, we spent a lot of time away from each other. And then we made a decision at a certain point to just go live with him for a few months. And then worst off, if I got homesick, we'd move back. And because of that, I was kind of forced to like stop living with my mom pretty abruptly. I wasn't able to see her anymore just because of like the guidelines and all that stuff.
Right.
And I remember feeling extremely homesick. And if my partner at that point was like telling me to just get over it and just like, oh, it's fine. Your mom, you might see your mom over Zoom or something like that. Like, I think that would make the experience like 10 times worse. Like and I think it's especially shitty that this is coming from somebody who literally lives with his parents still.
We're gonna get into that.
Like, that's what pisses me off. Like, he doesn't and even like later on in the episode, he mentions like, what, we're gonna go live in Barrie? Oh, which pisses me off because like, okay, so you understand why living far away from your parents would be fucking shitty.
We'll
get
there. We'll get there.
Anyway, the whole thing pisses me off.
But yeah, all right, yeah, I basically agree with you guys.
Amazing.
You've convinced me. Well done, team.
You fucking did it. Ari, high five.
But all right, so like halfway through their conversation, Smithy arrives.
Yeah,
and we get the third of the. He said he was 53 on the radio gag. Comedy comes in threes. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking Smithy he's talking to Dawn and Pete about the baby. Seems very excited about it, to be honest. He's like, it's quite a nice moment where he's sort of like proudly showing them the ultrasound.
Yeah, I do like the bit where he's like forgetting his words. It's like people keep filling him in.
Yeah.
He forgets how to speak English for a minute.
And then we get another dig at Pete's height.
Yeah. He's the size of a fetus or whatever. I have a question about this for you guys about this baby though. What gender baby do you guys think? Well, I guess May. What gender baby do you think Smithy and Nessa are gonna have?
Girl. You?
I'm thinking girl as well. Yeah.
Okay. In season 2, episode 2, like a couple of episodes ago, when Smithy is talking about he wants to be a part of his child's life, he's like, the words he says are, "No one's gonna stop me seeing my boy." Like, he just assumes he's having a boy. Which I don't think we spoke about, but there you go.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I noticed.
You guys ever heard that like pseudoscience thing? I actually don't know if this is like backed up by anything or if it's just like one of those Facebook things that people spread around.
Go on.
Mm-hmm. And this might get cut because it's quite obscene.
Okay.
I remember learning as a kid that like.
Then the actual news report comes on, right? Mm-hmm. It's we finally see the news reporter at the scene of the crime, as it were. The news reporter, little Easter egg here, the reporter who's on screen explaining the situation is named as Lindsay Hughes, which is actually the name of one of the executive producers for the show.
Sick.
That's cool.
Little Easter egg. Then we get Mick's 15 minutes of fame, where he's like, "Oh, well, you don't expect that when you come into work in the morning," and that's it. That's what the whole night was leading up to.
I like how he says like he says like they were interviewing me for 15 minutes and then bam, she's on the phone and she goes like, he says he was talking for up to half an hour. And then later on I did say it me in my notes. but then it like cuts to Barry and Nessa's like, that he must have been talking for like 15 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. Because she knows the score, man. She used to work at the BBC news producing. Of course she did.
I wrote that Nessa always has something to say to everyone because in every one of her stories, she's telling someone something. And I say to her.
Yeah, I say to her, "Oh, Kate 80." The joke here with Kate 80, like they're talking about Kate 80 and being like, "Oh, she was a difficult woman. She's selfish. She's horrible. She's a pain in the ass to work with." The joke here is that Kate 80 is basically just known as being a lovely person, very philanthropic and always giving to charities and stuff.
My favorite person.
But actually, just before we go back to Barry, there's a moment with Pam where she goes, "Is that it?" And that is a very well liked GIF. Like, it's a very a meme reaction GIF.
Sense.
I was wondering whether you guys had ever seen that or whether you recognized it when you saw it.
Didn't ring any bells.
No, okay, fair enough. But yeah, then later that night in Essex, the boys are in the kitchen just shooting the shit. Mick's talking about his lamb.
I'm almost positive this came up earlier, but regardless, at this point, they are talking about the marinade. And do either of you have a note about this?
Is marinade French?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll be honest with you. I speak French. I'm not great at etymology. So, like, I just know that when I speak French, I say marinade. Does it come from French? I don't know. It sounds like it might be French.
Let me have a quick look. Marinade, etymology. No, it's from French. It's from French.
Yeah, that's French.
Yeah, May, tell us about well, it comes from the word Maylina, meaning pickle in brine.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like your name.
Oh my god! I'll start calling May pickle in brine. Next episode, dialing in from the exotic land of Canada, we are joined by the brilliant pickle in brine.
And then my catchphrase will be like, "Wow, this is a real pickle, guys."
All right, but back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
This whole so I just want to talk about this whole scene just for a second, right? This whole scene, like, there's no plot, there's not even any real character development. Yeah. It's just spending time with the characters because these characters are interesting enough without the need for any of that. Like, this one scene just encapsulates what I love about Gavin and Stacey more than any other. I love it so much because it so easily could have just been a deleted scene or like scrap for time or whatever, but I'm so glad it made it. It's such a good little just spending time with the characters, man. It's fucking great. I love it.
Yeah.
You all ever use a tea towel to get something out of the oven?
I was going to ask this, whether you guys are team oven gloves or team tea towels.
I'll use whatever's on hand.
Oh yeah, I've always been team tea towels my whole life. Never used an oven glove in my life.
Wow. Even with Gavin and Stacey telling you that that's like a sin or whatever.
Yeah, because by the time I'd seen it, I'd already been using oven gloves for a few years. Like, because I don't know how old I was like 10 or whatever. So I was like, oh, sorry, I'd already been using tea towels for a few years. So I was like, well, nah, I'll be all right. And to this day, never been burnt. We
have oven gloves, but like every now and again, I don't know, a goblin comes in and hides them, and we can't find them for a little bit. So honestly, it's just whatever's closest. Because if I look for the oven gloves every time, I'm gonna be eating a lot of burnt food. So like if I can like look very quickly and find the oven gloves, I'll use them. But if I cannot find them in the first 3 seconds, I just grab whatever.
Based. I love that for you. I like how when Pete's talking about his oven gloves, he mentions the charcoal grey colour, and like everyone sort of murmurs in approval. But yeah, the next scene is Dawn and Pam gossiping about Stacey.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I have a note.
Oh,
Wait.
Go on. Tell me more.
I really like the delivery on can't feel a thing when Pete's taking out
Yeah, there's a massive long pause, isn't there, before it?
I just think it's just like the little light in his eyes as well.
Yeah, he's so happy.
Because his character is very like downtrodden a lot of the time. Yeah. he just takes out the chicken out of the oven with the oven gloves, and he's just like, can't feel a thing.
This is the first time we've seen Pete happy. It's so good.
All right, we can move on.
All right. They're talking shit.
Yeah, they're talking shit. Pam and Dawn are talking shit, and Stacey walks in. She's like, "Oh, you guys were talking about the threesome with Steph, weren't you?"
There's a lot of scenes of like Stacey trying to be with it to this episode.
Like what? What's another one?
Well, the other one I can think of is with Dano, the guy. Okay. yeah, that's coming up.
So Stacey's with some insane extrovert energy. Like, I can't imagine just like bringing that into a conversation unprompted.
She's only met Dawn like a few times. Like, fair enough, she knows Pam pretty well by this point, but she's only, I don't know how many times she's met Dawn, but not that many.
The other thing I love about that line is that Pam goes along with it, implying that she would rather talk about Dawn's threesome than being a vegetarian.
That's so true. The lie's too deep, man. She can't get out of it. I remember when the vegetarian thing first happened, and you guys were like, "Oh, it didn't really come up much later in the episode." I'm surprised that wasn't more of a thing, and I had to let you guys know that this isn't a one episode thing. Like, this is a long con.
And again, she's like skipping through so many opportunities to just be like, I'm no longer vegetarian.
Yeah, exactly.
She's going to the animal rights gala and she doesn't actually care about the foxes.
Like, she's just digging herself into this hole, and I'm just like, I'm there, like, dude, I've been in your situation, let me help. And she's ignoring me because she's a character on TV and she can't hear me yell at the screen.
Yeah. It's a shame that, isn't it?
Yeah. And then she's like, so we still have a few possible candidates to get this done. And Stacey just goes, is one of them Mick?
And then there's nothing. So clearly he is.
What do you say to that.
Yeah. Dawn sort of looks embarrassed and like looks to the side and like, oh no, she's caught me. So Mick definitely is one of them.
I didn't even catch that. That's so funny.
But then it's the next morning and Pam and Mick are doing some like DIY. They're trying to do some measuring and stuff. And I've got written down RSJ. Pam is so you two here. Like
Oh my god, this is insane. I noticed this is Pierce explaining Minecraft to us.
I don't understand. I don't have any note. What do you mean it's like us?
Because Mickey's like, I'm worried about that RSJ. And Pam's like, yeah, of course, I'm always saying that, the RSJ. But she's like, she's not like being sarcastic. She's like, she's trying to get away with it. And Mick's just like, you don't know what a fucking RSJ is, do you? But yeah, all right, back in Barry. Nessa asks Gwen for an omelette, right? Okay, Here's the thing. Gwen has already made the omelette, cheese and ham. She names what's in it as well, but we never see it with our eyes.
Yeah.
What do we do here, boys?
I think we had a situation like this a couple episodes ago, right? When they're going for the scan. Don't they name an omelet but we don't see it?
Oh, really?
They might not have said the ingredients, but like Nessa's like, I'm gonna have an omelet in a minute.
But here's my thing about that, right? That's like a Schrodinger's omelet situation where they said that they were going to have an omelet, but we don't know if like that omelet actually came to fruition. But in this case, we do know that the omelet has come to fruition.
She's letting it cool, man. It exists.
What if she forgot to eat the omelet though?
But is it how many omelets were eaten or how many omelets were made?
Oh,
this is the jurisprudence of it all.
Here we go, man. I suppose we just take a vote. There's three of us. We might as well take a vote.
Bro's for voting now? Bro no longer hates democracy?
I feel like we should stick to just the omelets we see on screen.
Okay, so you vote no, Ari. We shouldn't count this. Okay. My vote is yes.
My vote's also yes. Sorry, Ari.
Okay, all right.
Ari, it's your turn anyway.
Yeah. Unanimous!
That brings us to a count of 9 omelets. There we go.
Look at us counting omelets.
And then Bryn walks in, and Ari, I believe you had a note about this, or was it Maya? You're the same person, it doesn't matter. Brokeback Mountain.
I mean, okay, so there obviously, there's been a few instances over the last couple episodes. It definitely seems that they're hinting that Bryn is gay, right?
My headcanon is that he's ace, honestly. Like, I don't think of Bryn as ever, like, dating somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I think of him as, like, you know, you remember, I don't know if you guys saw this when the show's creator for SpongeBob was like, SpongeBob's asexual, by the way.
That's brilliant.
That's how I see Bryn.
So last episode, he seemed to, like, have a bit of a crush on Gavin, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, there was something like that.
Yeah, the whole workout scene. Also the whole workout scene.
Oh, Smithy, yeah.
Yeah, there are multiple things.
I will say, like, the fact that it's 2007 or 8 does make me agree with you a bit more. Because, you know, 2007 or 8 is like, oh, pink shirt, gay. Yeah. So if I'm looking at it through that lens, I would say they're trying to imply that he's gay. But if I'm looking at it through, like, a modern lens, I honestly, like, the whole time, I was like, I don't see Bryn dating anybody.
Yeah. But, alright, yeah. But then we go to Gavin and Stacey. We're going to look at flats. And it's some fucking crazy coincidence that Smithy is also there, but whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
And we meet Dino.
My favorite. I fucking love this guy.
Oh, Dino, man. He's so fucking good, right?
I was like, I just have the note, I love Dino. And I don't know if like you're supposed to spell it like that, but I spelled it like dino. Like a dinosaur?
No, it's Deano. Dino.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
But have you guys ever seen... So Matthew Bainton, who plays Dino, was not in Doctor Who, unfortunately. But have you guys ever seen him in anything else?
I don't know. I can't really picture his face at the moment. I'll look him up. I can't really picture his face at the moment.
Have you seen... There's that Dick Turpin song where he's like... Everyone thinks they know the story of Dick Turpin's Highway Glory, but my past is far more gory.
No, sorry.
Oh, what?
No, but you should keep singing it.
It's fucking... You should... In fact, we should listen to it now, I think.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Because it's so... Just like the first 30 seconds of it. This is like a kids' TV show, right? It's like
for sure.
A kids' TV show, educational TV show about history. So unbelievably cunty. Look at him.
Everyone thinks
my
they know
God.
the story of Dick Turpin's Highway Glory, but my past is far more gory. Was no saint. You think life
This
is one
is
big
so
antic.
of the
My
era.
profession is romantic.
So
Hate to be
good.
pedantic, but it ain't.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need to see.
Okay.
Just the first 20 seconds is so
okay.
good, man. So yeah, he did a lot of roles in Horrible Histories, which is a very well-known kids TV show over here. But yeah, fucking Dino pops up and he's like, Gavin Law! He just gets the name wrong. It's funny.
Yeah, so there's this brief question as to whether or not Dino and Stacey have ever met, and Dino says yes, and he's like, "Oh wait, no, but I saw a picture of you. You were in a white dress in front of a church. Might have been a wedding."
Yeah.
And the way that Gavin just goes like, "Might have been, yeah."
Yeah, could have been. Could have been, mate. So good, man. Dino's just a little bit dopey. I love him so much.
Yeah, and then Dino like exposes Smithy
Yeah, they start talking about Smithy's wanking habits.
4 times, if you can believe it. And then, well, what I think is really funny is, again, like I said, like Stacey's trying to be with it.
Yeah.
Smithy just kind of goes like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is no talk for in front of a lady or whatever the fuck." And Stacey goes like, "Oh, I do the same shit."
Yeah. She's like, "You're based as fuck. I did the same thing. I had 3 in an hour yesterday. Don't worry about it. It was amazing."
So, guys, I have a question for you. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God, no!
I wrote Stacey's not one of the boys, I guess.
I love how uncomfortable Smithy gets after she like turns it around on him. Like she's like, "Yeah, I do it all the time as well," and Smithy's just like speechless. He's like a deer in the headlights, man.
These fucking Welsh people.
Yeah. Dino does get an invite to bowling though, but he goes, "Nah, I'm scared of the shoes." I love that line so much.
He's real for that.
I love it.
I'm actually a big fan of those shoes. They're so nice. If I could just like buy a pair of those shoes and then just like wear them out on the town, they're so nice.
But I think we should like unnormalize wearing shoes that like 10 other people have worn on the same day.
All the bowling alleys I've been to in the last, I want to say, like 10 years have abolished bowling shoes. You just wear your normal shoes now.
Really?
Oh, I've not been. I honestly don't go bowling that often.
We should move to the UK.
Next time you go bowling, see if they make you wear the shoes, because
I've gone pretty recently and they make you wear the shoes, so I guess Canada has to catch up. I mean, that being said, if they did like go like you don't have to wear the shoes, I'd be like, can I though? Those are nice shoes, man.
All right. So then we see Bryn dropping Nessa at the Dave Coaches bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little chat with Dave Coaches. Dave is still talking about his... Ari, what are you doing?
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to cut. Every time you make a noise, you add like 30 seconds to my life.
Sorry, I forgot we were recording a podcast. I thought we were just chatting.
What were you doing?
Do I have to say?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I was just stabbing the paper with my pen to make little dots.
You look so happy with yourself as well. You were like, "This is the best time."
It's just fidgeting.
That was really
Okay, I like when they're greeting each other. Both Dave and Nessa go, "All right, how's it going? All right."
good. Yeah. It's really good, man.
And maybe I misinterpreted the scene. There's like weird tension between Bryn and Dave, and like Nessa's like,
Yes,
"What the
okay.
fuck?"
Yes, there is.
All right, Bryn is gay 2025.
Okay. Well, what in this scene makes you think that Bryn is gay?
There's weird. I feel like there's something between them, between Bryn and Dave.
What, you think they dated in the past or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
See, my instinct was Dave on the fishing trip?
You think Dave was on the fishing trip?
But then if that was the case, Nessa would know why there was tension between the two, because she would maybe know like the basics of the fishing trip, like who was there. And she doesn't, so...
So Jason walked in on Dave and Bryn having sex. So then Jason's like, it's not illegal for you to have sex with Dave.
Okay, that makes sense.
But then that's the thing. Wouldn't Nessa know that Dave from Dave's Coaches was at the fishing trip?
Also true. Ari, counter.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe not.
Pierce, thoughts?
I'm not saying... I'm letting you guys do your thing. Like, this is good content.
Is it good content because this is going to be embarrassing for us later?
I can't tell you either way.
Well, we never find out what happens on the fishing trip, is what I've been told. So like,
Have
doesn't
you?
fucking
Who told you
matter.
that?
When I was watching Still Got Legs, and Nathan and Lawrence were discussing it, and they were talking about how like people in the finale, some of the fans of the show, they want the finale to reveal what happened on the fishing trip, and they were talking about how they personally think that that's stupid, that's counterintuitive to the joke of the fishing trip that we never find out.
I think in the very first episode of the podcast, we mentioned that May and I know that there's a thing with a fishing trip that no one knows what happens on.
Yeah. So all right, okay. So fucking all right. Since it's now been revealed.
We've talked about this before, I swear.
Yeah, I know, but I've tried to keep it ambiguous. But let's just fucking clear the air. I might as well just rip the band-aid off. Up until the finale, we don't find out what happens on the fishing trip. Up until this point, I've always tried to keep it ambiguous whether we find out or not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to pretend I don't know? You look devastated.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Bro's
It's just,
crying. Do you want to take a 20-minute break so you can have a good cry, and then we can come back?
But yeah, there's some tension between Dave and Bryn for some reason at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And Nessa clocks the tension. She does what I would call the archetypal, oh, what's occurring? Like, I don't think there's ever been one more textbook than this one that is in the show.
Okay.
I think it's like the perfect, oh, what's occurring? It's great. But yeah, Bryn is like, okay, yeah, Dave, you can come to Gwen's barn dance on the 28th. Gwen's having a barn dance for a birthday party.
A surprise one as well.
A surprise one, no less, yeah.
Ah, that sounds fun. Okay, guys, next birthday I'm having a barn dance. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun.
You guys ever been to a barn dance?
I don't think so. Which I feel like is strange, like, because I'm from the South, which I assume is where most barn dances occur. Honestly, my main familiarity with the concept is one of the season finales of Schitt's Creek is a barn dance.
I've never seen Schitt's Creek.
It's a good show. I don't know.
Okay.
You don't like the same comedies that May and I like, though.
That's true.
Other than this show.
Yeah. Nice save.
I have to assume it's just you're dancing in a barn. Sounds great.
Yeah, kind of. It's not necessarily in a barn. Like it can be like in just any sort of entertainment hall venue thing.
What type of dancing?
Like I was gonna say barn dancing, but like like I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. Let me know if this is accurate. Okay. You got two people like this, right? Their arms, they hook it up and they go in a circle like that.
Yeah. They turn around.
Rigodon. We have that shit over here. It's called a rigodon. And I was like, and I heard barn dance and I was like, I bet it's a fucking rigodon. And rigodons are so fucking fun. Okay, I'm down.
Oh, really?
I'm down. We're going to do a barn dance.
Okay, let's go.
A fucking barn dance. Yeah, no. We're going to do a fucking rigodon. Next birthday,
Rigodon,
2026.
let's fucking go.
Get your plane tickets.
Wait, okay, does she say, in this scene, do they say when this barn dance is happening?
The 28th, apparently.
I bet that, okay, new prediction locked in. That's going to be the season finale.
All right, cool.
I'm reading Pierce's face so hard right now.
But yeah, Bryn is like, okay, Dave, you can come to the barn dance. But he's very stressed out about it, visibly.
Yeah.
But then we cut to Gavin and Stacey looking at flats.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we meet Duncan, the real estate agent, played by Mark Wootton, not in Doctor Who.
Yes. This guy's so funny.
He's such a cunt. I hate him so much.
He's such a landlord.
He does such a good this actor does such a good job though.
Yeah. He's incredible.
I would say right off the bat, he like comes up to Stacey and he does like a kiss on the cheek. And where I live, we do a lot of like the like kiss on both cheeks thing, especially during the holidays. So when he started doing that, I was just like, I hadn't even clocked because I sometimes forget other countries don't do that sometimes. And like he started doing it, and I was like, oh, they're doing a little B. And then he didn't do the other cheek, and I was like.
Yeah, it's the way he like grabs her head. It's like he puts his hand to like her neck almost. It's very sort of intimate.
But I just had like a realization where I was like, why is just one cheek weird? But like where I'm at, we do both cheeks, and I don't question it.
It's weird, isn't it? But yeah, where does Duncan take them? What does he show them?
The shittiest apartment known to man.
Yeah.
He shows them the shitholiest of shithole flats, and he's trying to sell it to them.
Yeah, to the point where he doesn't even want to show the bathroom.
Yeah. They ask where the shower is, and he's like, I'm about to show you the hottest new thing in Sweden. And he pulls out just a fucking hose pipe from under the kitchen sink.
Yeah. And Stacey looks crushed. She looks like absolutely defeated.
Yeah.
And Gavin looks absolutely furious.
Well, one of them's like, well, where's the shower? And he's like, there's no shower. And he's like, is there no shower, or is there no shower in the location you thought it should be?
His fucking bright yellow tie as well. Oh, he's such a cunt. So they have the tour, and it's obviously a shithole, and then they go bowling.
Yeah.
Gavin and Stacey are arguing though.
Yeah, they're starting to sound a lot like Pete and Don, and that annoys me.
Yeah, kind of. Except I would say that Pete and Dawn's arguments are more petty, and this one is more like based in fundamental differences in people.
I guess I just mean in the way that like they're making their arguments like everybody's problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Which annoys me. Like couples that just like they have to fight in front of other people.
Yeah,
I guess that's I feel for everybody else in this scene, I guess.
And this is where Gavin turns into the biggest dick in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, this is where he just becomes irredeemable.
In my opinion, he always was. Like, I came into the episode furious at him, but appreciate that for you it was a steady incline. Maybe you're more patient than me with that kind of stuff.
I think you're both right. Like, Gavin is kind of shit all through this episode, but it does get progressively worse.
This is like my line. This is like, okay, now you need to stop.
Yeah.
He's just like fucking, he's straight up dissing Barry. He's like,
well, okay. And my note on this, so he's like, he's like, it's so hard, like, living with someone who pretends it never rains in Barry. Does it not rain in London? I know very little.
He's so fucking hypocritical.
Very little about the UK, but I'm pretty sure it rains.
It's notorious for raining.
It's like a stereotype, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And fucking, he's so snarky, man. He's like fucking, there's a reason that houses are cheap in Barry. Fucking dickhead, shut the fuck up.
Roasting someone's hometown sure is a choice. I understand that everybody has a connection to their hometown more or less, even if you live like in a big city or a small city. But I will say people that come from small towns, from what my experience, like have way like it's so fucking weird to roast somebody's hometown when they come from like what's kind of like a smoller non-metropolitan area. I don't know. Like it's just fucking weird. I hated that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Fucking but then Smithy and Nessa walk in. Smithy's doing the robot, and and they all start they go to the lanes, and Nessa asks Stacey how she's doing, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not that great," because someone who should remain nameless is being a complete knob, and looks directly at Gavin while she says it.
And Nessa goes like, "Reckon she's talking about you, Gav."
I reckon she is, Yeah.
But Nessa's cracked at bowling, though.
Yeah, man, she's got her own gloves.
Yeah, her bowling look is pretty iconic.
It's fucking sick, man. She's got Jenkins written on the back of her blue shirt.
Yeah,
so
she's
cool.
got those bags to like make the bowling. And she's like, I haven't used it in ages, so I have to shine it up. Amazing.
And it's Welsh. The ball is Welsh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got the Welsh dragon on it. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
The most Nessa thing in the world.
I have a question. So they're like putting in their bowling games, and the question comes up if they want like their real names or like a silly name. What are you guys going when you go to the bowling alley? What name are you putting in?
Here's the thing, right? I'm always like, I always let somebody else pick their names first because I want to see if we're doing serious or silly. Like if someone's like, Maylina, what's your name? I'm just like, ooh, ask somebody else first. And it's hard to like explain why I don't. But usually it's just because I want to know what vibe we're going with.
You don't want to be the only one with a serious or silly name.
No, exactly. I don't want to be left out if everybody else is putting their real name. I went bowling recently, and it was like one of those like it was for work for my old job. And we did like a bowling thing, and like it was one of those like high-tech new bowling alleys, and they had this thing where like kind of like jib jab, you could like put your face, and then like in the bowling animations they'd use your face. And I went first to take a picture, and I took a silly picture, but then no one else did. It was the fucking worst.
That's really fucking good. But then fucking alright, so then Nessa does her bowling shit, and she's just cracked, and she's just insane.
Yeah. Of course.
And then after bowling, they walk into the car. Gavin and Stacey are still fucking arguing, man. I think this is part of why I don't like season 2 so much. Is because these arguments just really aren't my jam. Like, I'm just not enjoying this. It's not fun to watch.
I do think that this feels very real from a couple that got married so quickly. Like, I feel like the reason you don't get married this fast is because you're supposed to figure all this out before you get married.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is, you can't fault it's how based in reality it is.
Yeah.
And then there's this one bit, right, which pisses me off so much, where Stacey says to Gav, you need to grow up. And Gavin's like, what, you think I should grow up? I'm not the one who can't spend more than 5 minutes away from my family. It's like, brother, you live with your parents right now. What are you on about?
Real.
Hypothetically, if I was in this situation, I'd react differently. Well, you're not in this fucking situation, dude. You're like, you're fucking cozy, having dinner with your fucking dad who saw a dead body. Like,
sick reference. Nice looping it back.
Yeah, I'm built different, he says, never needing to know whether or not he's built different. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Let's not test it, but I'm built different.
And then they get there, obviously they go and get KFC, and back at the Shipman residence, Gavin and Stacey is still fucking rowing.
I do have a note that I don't fully remember why I wrote this, but I said, all right, Stacey, don't take it out on the parents. I think she, like, snaps at Pam,
I've got a note about this as well.
Yeah.
She's a bit rude to Pam. Pam's like, oh, what's going on? And Stacey walks past her and is like, oh, don't worry, Pam, your little prince is fine.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's really fucking harsh from Stacey, which is...
I understand that, like, when you're angry, sometimes it's, like, hard to, like, control your behavior or whatever. But, it was very rude.
Leave Pam out of it.
Yeah.
And... yeah, basically, a bit more. We can skip over some stuff here. Nessa and Smithy are having their KFC and watching the music channel.
Yeah, this is very sponsored, and I do appreciate because when TV shows have like sponsored products, I much prefer this where it's like so fucking obviously like the KFC logo is like facing out, and they're just like, oh my god, this KFC's so fucking good.
What is that secret blend of 11 herbs and spices? You just can't beat it.
I do like the Smithy says to Pam, like, we're just gonna go have our KFC, and Pam's like, you have to watch your cholesterol or whatever, and Smithy's like, oh no, don't worry, we got some coleslaw. And Pam's like, yeah, no, you're good, you're covered then.
Oh, that's it, you're set. And Pam's like, oh, well done. But yeah, then it starts sort of talking about, they have a bit of small talk, Nessa and Smithy.
Yeah.
And Nessa asks Smithy how single life's treating him. Because Stacey's obviously told her how often Smithy's wanking. Because this is just now public knowledge now.
Yeah.
And she goes like, don't worry, me too.
Yeah. She's like, don't worry, I'm in the same. I'm doing the same. You're fine.
Yeah. And what follows is the most insane fucking scene known to man.
Yeah, this is... basically, Smithy kicks it off with, do you want that corn on the cob? And that was completely innocent, but that is such an iconic line. Like, it's very recognisable that do you want the corn on the cob? And yeah, Nessa's just like, oh, is that a euphemism? Or it's so fucking good. And Smithy's like, no. I'm just saying, you can have it. And there's a long pause before he goes like, if you want it. It's so good.
I don't have any comments for this scene.
You don't have anything?
Yeah, I feel like the scene kind of like speaks for itself a bit, but I did write the shot of the corn cob is criminal.
Oh wait, I actually do have one note. It just says double pregnancy.
Double pregnant? Oh, okay, she's double pregnant now. Yeah. All right. If we don't have anything, Nessa basically just says, "Listen, I'm down if you're down, and we'll never have to tell anyone again, and no one will know." And I do like the fucking my mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yes.
Nessa is a pro in this scene. She's controlling the situation very well.
Yeah, she's so
fucking
good,
insane.
Right?
I don't think she blinks once.
My final note on the episode is just corn sex.
Hell yeah. And that's what the episode should have been called.
Corn sex. But that is it. That's the end. They run off and do their business, I suppose.
For sure. And what's the business, Pierce?
I have no idea. That's their business. Do we have any predictions for the next episode or the rest of the series or whatever?
Stacey might be pregnant, but she might not. I do think that the barn dance is going to be the finale. That's about it. I don't feel like this is a big episode in terms of like plot development.
Yeah, sure. May?
I think I mean I already started seeing it this episode, but I think Gavin and Stacey's constant bickering is going to get on everybody else's nerves.
Okay.
And it's going to be like a point of contention, maybe.
What, like the people they live with, or
everybody who has to like sit through them fighting every two fucking seconds? Pam especially, I think, is going to be like vocal about it.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense for Pam.
Yeah, I feel like if anybody's going to be like super dramatic about the situation, which I don't think that's dramatic. I think it's annoying when people do that.
Okay,
but, like,
so we are already starting to see a lot of tension between that. I think Stacey is kind of oblivious to, but like Pam is starting to be not super thrilled that Stacey's living in the house, right?
Yeah, she was talking to Dawn about it. She was like, we like having him here, but...
And we've seen a couple moments of, like, Pam just not, like, vibing too much with Stacey a bit in previous episodes.
A little bit.
Yeah. So, I imagine that'll develop.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, but on that bombshell, it's time for 3 good things. For those of you who might not know, at the end of each episode, we each like to share a good thing that's happened to us recently and just leave the episode on a high note. Who wants to go first? May?
I had a good Comic-Con. Pretty fun. Saw some good people.
Oh, sick, yeah.
The vibes were immaculate. Love Comic-Con. Love seeing those little nerds dressed up in various costumes from animes I do not recognize. And
who did you go as? Tell the audience.
I went as Yeoman Janice from Star Trek, the original series.
Fucking
and
sick.
What's funny about that is that when I started planning out this costume, I had only seen like a few episodes of season 1, and I was like, Yeoman Janice is pretty fucking cool. And by the time we got to Comic-Con, I realized like she's really only majorly in like season 1, unless like suddenly picks up.
Okay.
Because like I'm noticing she's in there less and less, and now it's been like 5 episodes that she has just not been in the show.
Oh no!
I've been like I know how you feel about spoilers, so I haven't I don't want to say anything to you about where her art goes, but yeah.
I feel like she dies or something. Jesus.
Well, she's wearing red, so it's possible. I heard Star Trek. The stereotype is that if you're wearing red, you're fucking doomed.
Oh, okay.
Red shirts, am I right?
Ari, what is your good thing?
I've the last a lot has happened. Okay, since we last recorded an episode, I moved across the country.
Yep.
I have a new job. I'm not in school anymore. And a lot of that is going well.
Good.
I don't know. The last couple of days haven't been great, but that's neither here or there. So yeah, I'm having a hard time pinning down one good thing.
I mean, that can all be one good that can all be, you can have all of that as your good thing.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. Oh, you're done. Okay. How's the new job? Like how
That's
is
good, yeah. It's not really a new job, it's more of like a seasonal position I have. But yeah, it's going really well.
Nice.
Having a good time.
How's Florida?
Florida's great, yeah. It rains every day, but I like the rain. Unlike Gavin, I enjoy some rain.
Nice. Sick reference.
The nature is beautiful. Yeah.
You seen any crocodiles?
I did. We went. I chaperone trips, part of my job. And so I chaperoned a boat trip, where we saw some alligators.
Fucking go. That's not a crocodile. It's not what I asked, but...
Yeah, no, sorry. I haven't seen any crocodiles. Those aren't really live in Florida, I don't think.
They're different, Ari.
They
know
are.
The difference.
Crocodiles are more aggressive than gators.
Yeah, they're
gators
more
will
dangerous.
leave you alone. Yeah.
Gators, like, you can like walk up to a gator and like give him a stroke and it'll just love it. So this is my good thing. This has been the longest we've been without recording so far. It's been like 4 weeks since we recorded, and I was like struggling to think of a single decent good thing that happened in that time to put here. So what I settled on was my good thing is that I have great co-hosts who will not roast me for not having a good thing.
No, yeah.
I don't know about that, but whatever.
Okay.
But thank you ever so much for listening. If you'd like to keep up with the show, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Fishing Trip Files. Or if you ever want to get in touch with the show, for whatever reason, you can email us at tftf@anotherhappystudios.com. New email, new website. I made the website with my bare hands. Please hire me to make your website.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
The old email still works, still forwards to the new one, so don't panic if you sent anything there. We'll still get it. But yeah, if you want to help out the show without it costing a penny, please feel free to leave us a review or rating on your podcast platform of choice. We'd appreciate that very, very much. And once again, this podcast is produced by Another Happy Studios, so please do check out all the other wonderful stuff from them by going to anotherhappystudios.com. But for now, we'll see you on the Wednesday after next at 10 a.m. with the next episode. And as we always say, au revoir.
Adios.
Rock and roll.